Together we are but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand this is a safe place to land. Please understand you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie.
Hey, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Jan, if you can't hear me, can you let me know? I guess you don't know I'm saying that if you can't hear me. How about let me know if you can hear me? Can anybody hear me? Mm, Anybody? I'm trying to hook up everything again, and I'm trying to make sure I did it right. Okay, good. I got it right. Thank you, Jan. Thank you so much. Hey guys, it is good to be back. Yeah, I seriously, first of all, if my voice sounds weird, what if we say no? Hey guys, hey Pippi, good to see you. Incarnasoles, good to see you too. Evie, good to see you. Yeah, if you say we can't hear you, then Susie's probably gonna like, "Ah," like crying. Yeah, in case you can't tell by my voice, I'm sick. I was so healthy when we were in South Dakota and Wyoming. And then literally the day we headed home, I got sick and then like just it just hit like boom and just continued to get worse and worse and worse. I'm starting to kind of wonder if it's COVID, so I'm going to go have that checked, I think. But I mean, I've had my shots and my boosters and all that. So if it is, I've had it once and I've had the shot since the very first that they came out. So I have had it once, but it kind of feels like that. My chest and everything is a mess. So Susie's eyes and nose and everything is drippy. So I have the big box of Kleenex right beside me and yet another cup of peppermint tea, hoping to help with some of that. So, but anyway, it is so good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. I was so afraid that whenever I was gone that everybody was going to like forget about me and write me off. And so it's always nice to come back and see people that didn't forget that I'm still here. You know, the craziest thing, I really truly intended and prepared to to have shows, to do shows. No, we drove. We drove this time. We wanted to do a road trip and kinda stop at a bunch of different things, Pippi, but yeah, I yeah, planes are always notorious for making people sick, right? But I don't know, Mark's not sick. I need to get a hold of my sister-in-law and see if she's sick, but me and Megan are both sick, so yeah, yeah. I always get sick in planes, always. I hate it. I love to fly, but I hate getting sick on them. But anyway, so yeah, I fully intended to do lives while we were in South Dakota, in Wyoming, but I am telling you, where we were at, the internet sucked. We were staying actually at a Hilton hotel in Rapid City, and I fought that internet so much. I mean, it was constantly on and off that, "Hey, Meso, good to see you. I'm glad you saw the shorts." Yeah, I did some shorts and some just videos that aren't very long too. Y'all will have to go check those out because if you knew how long it took me just to upload the shorts and then those little videos that I did, you would know why I didn't go live. Because I literally spent more time reconnecting than I did anything else, and Karen said she was having a hard time with it too, so Mark, he plays games and stuff, but a lot of it's not even on the internet, so he was like, "I don't get it. It's not bothering me," and I'm like, "'Cause you're not using the internet." So, but anyway, yeah, he's you gotta love him, right? But anyway, so yeah, if you see my eyes watering, I promise I'm not crying. I'm in a great mood. I'm just awfully drippy today. So, yeah, we are back again. Go watch those shorts and those videos that I uploaded. It shows a lot more of our travels. I really didn't take that many pictures. I do have some pictures I'm gonna show tonight. So, but I was looking at my mod chat over here. They're being smart Alex. Pizza is a smart Aleck. So, but anyway, or no, it wasn't pizza. It was Lord Kiss Free. See, I can't even see. So, anyway, oh boy, my eyes are blurry. So, y'all just bear with me, please. It is good to see you all. It really is. I'm really glad to see all of you here. I'm going to show you a few pictures and encourage you to go watch those videos because like I said, I didn't really take a lot of pictures. Mark took more, and I'm gonna actually move his over and get them printed because I'm going to scrapbook our trip. So I'm not really great at scrapbooking, but I want to give it a try, so I'm gonna do that. But I don't know if I'll get around to it because I'm deep into getting all of the, Christmas cards painted. Last year, I painted over 200 Christmas cards and sent them out. So, if you all want a hand-painted Christmas card from me, you've got to get me your mailing address, and I will get that to you. So, I've got that started, and I'm already having fun, and but I need to know how many to paint. So, if you want them, you're gonna have to let me know. "Hey, Darcy's good to see you." It is really good to see you. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Eileen is here. Good to see you. I am going to show you some pictures. Um, not a whole lot, but a few. I put them on like on my computer. I can make it like a flyer, so I put like several on each one so that I'm not just sitting there with picture after picture after picture. So we did have an absolutely wonderful time. I'm going to bring this first slide up. This is just the what we did kind of deal. So, on Saturday, which was the day we left on Friday, on Saturday we got there, and as we drove into or before we drove into Rapid City, we went to the Badlands, which I absolutely loved. I had never been there. Mark and Karen had both been there. Karen is Mark's sister. She went with us. My dad ended up not going, um, but Karen went with us, so we had a good time. But anyway, so that was Saturday. On Sunday, we met with my, aunt and uncle and my cousin and her son, and we went to the dinosaur park. I can't remember what the name of it is. We went and had ice cream and just we went and looked at all of they have on all the corners of these streets, they have every president, like, in a life-size um, statue, but it's like bronze. So anyway, it's funny because they said they've even got Trump's, but they haven't put it up yet because they're afraid of vandalism. So I don't know when they're gonna put it up, but it's a which is sad. I mean, I'm not a fan, but, it is sad that they have to worry about that, so, anyway, but yeah, all 50 presidents, or 50 presidents, 47 or 8, whatever it is, you know what I mean. You gotta excuse me, I am, like, completely doped up on cold medicine, and it's not really helping. So, anyway, that was Sunday. So, on Monday, we went to Devil's Tower in Wyoming, and we walked around that, which is just under 2 miles if you walk the well, depends on which I'm sorry. Depends on which trail you take. The one that we took was just under 2 miles. And so, yeah, we walked that all the way around it. Not easy, let me tell you, not easy. It's up and down and round and very uneven ground. I mean, trail is, yeah, it's giving them a little. And then after we did that, we drove over to Deadwood, and because I'm a big, Calamity Jane, you know, nut, not just the movie, I actually like the actual Calamity Jane, and we went and we saw her grave and, all that. We went to Sturgis, and the motorcycle rally, of course, had ended just a few days before we were there. But yeah, so we still wanted to go there and see what it looked like and everything, so we did go to Sturgis, and then the next day, we went that was okay, so Tuesday, we went and we did the 1880 train. It was a steam locomotive thing, and we rode it the 10 miles to the next town and then the 10 miles back, and then we went on to, oh, and yeah, Devil's Tower was in Wyoming, sorry. Then we came back over to Deadwood and Sturgis. But anyway, so on Tuesday, we did the train, and then we went to Mount Rushmore, and we went to Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse is I always kinda think of it as the, Native American version of Mount Rushmore. It's an Indian chief. My mind is not I can't get his name in my head right now, but, I will do that. Yeah, or you can do that, whichever. Yeah. One of us can do that, Mason. Thank you. Um, anyway, it's not finished yet. They've kinda got his face, and you can tell where his arm is and 1 finger, but not a whole lot yet. So, um, anyway, so then Wednesday, we went to Bear Country and a candy store and just had a really, really good time, and then we were in bear country forever because I love bears, and I just could not make myself leave the bears. I just kept, telling Mark, "Slow down, stop." So there are videos of that if you go watch that. On Thursday, we went to Custer National Park and to Wind Cave. Wind Cave was probably my least favorite thing on the whole trip, and I'm usually really into caves, but I don't know if it was our guide or what. I just wasn't that into this one. Maybe I was just exhausted from everything that we had done all week, but I could go to Custer National Park every day for the rest of my life and never get bored. I guarantee it. I love it, and it's amazing. And Mark bought one of those lifetime passes so that he can get, like, the car whoever's in the car, he can get all of us in for free for his lifetime. So and it was like $80, but gosh, we used it, like, 4 times or something, and it would have been, like, $20 or more every time. So, like, we've already paid for it, basically. And Friday, we went to this place called, Wall Drug, and it's just an it started out as a drugstore, but it is huge now, and it just has all kinds of, like, photo ops and stuff to buy and books and art and, you know, jewelry made by Native Americans, and, I mean, it's amazing. We were there for hours and hours and hours. And then Saturday, we left, and on the way out of Rapid City, we saw a bunch of hot air balloons that were taken off for the day. I believe they're having some kind in Denver, I think, in a week or 2, they're having some kind of big festival, but this gosh, there was probably 20 or 30, maybe 50 of them. There were a bunch. It's hard to say how many because so many of them were still on the ground and they were just airing them up as we went through. But I probably counted at least 20 or 30 in the air, and then there was still some on the ground. So and then again, on our way out, we went back through Custer's Park just, because I couldn't help myself. And we actually spent probably 3 or 4 hours in there, which made our trip home longer because, um, I wasted 3 or 4 hours, but it was worth it. I loved every minute of it. I just it is amazing, and if you guys ever get a chance to go, that one thing is worth the trip. So, anyway, I am gonna show you a few pictures. I've tried to get them kind of in the order of how we did it, and again, I'm not gonna show just a ton, um, but I did wanna show a few. So, anyway, this was on our way into town, and I realize that it may be very small if you're looking at this on your phone. What this very last picture is the best picture of the sky that I actually got. The sky was literally that color all the time. The photographs don't show it. Um, it was unbelievable. I cannot I can't explain to you the sky. But anyway, this was at the Badlands, which we did on our way into Rapid City. It was amazing. We walked and walked and walked, and they were laughing because I'm afraid of heights. And so Mark and Karen were laughing because me, the one that's afraid of heights, was the one that was kind of looking over the edge of the cliffs, taking pictures. And they're like, how is she doing this? She's the one that's afraid of heights. And look at her. She's the one that says she can't walk far, and she's like way ahead of us. And she's the one that is scared of heights, and she's dangling over the side. But, basically what it was that I had actually just set a goal for myself. I had just set a goal for myself that I was gonna, get out of my comfort zone, and I was not gonna be afraid, and I was gonna do things that I wouldn't normally do, and I was gonna be really active and all this. Oh, Ben, you're so funny. Bugalug's good to see you too. Linda Scott, good to see you. If I missed anybody, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna go through these pictures and then I just wanna talk to my chat. So let's see here. And then this was on Sunday. This top one is the family. We've got my Uncle Roger on the left. The lady next to him is Mark's sister, Karen, and then there's Mark and me looking like a fat toad. I was so swollen and gross, but anyway, I had fun. And then my cousin Sarah and my aunt Claudia, and this is just a couple of pictures that I took at, the dinosaur park. It's amazing. The view from there, when you get up to the top, you can just see for miles and miles and miles. You can see the whole city and beyond. It's amazing. It was the one thing that other than we didn't go to the, oh, I can't remember, the reptile park. I wasn't really into seeing a bunch of snakes and stuff, and it was, like, literally, like, $31 a person to get in, and I was like, I don't wanna pay $31 times 3, basically, to look at snakes." So we didn't go there, but the dinosaur park was, like, not really on my bingo card. I wasn't planning to go there, but my Uncle Roger loves it, and so, they went with us they took us actually, which was a trip. My Uncle Roger drives fast. So, yeah, It was fun though. So we went up there and he said that he just loves it for the views, and then he sent me pictures from like 1990 whenever he and Claudia took my my cousins, 2 of my cousins, Sarah and Shauna there. So I've got all these pictures of them there as children, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, so that's the dinosaur park. And then let's see. Oops. Okay, so this is just a couple of the pictures that I took around um Devil's Tower. I took this one that shows how it has like they're almost like tubular that are coming down, but if you look really close, there's people that are actually climbing that. And it's like 680 feet or 860 feet, something like that tall. And it's on kind of a flat area and then it just sticks up out of the earth, and that's a little miniature one behind me in that picture. But yeah, on some of those pictures you could tell that there's people climbing that, and you can see them if you watch the videos. I was like crazy watching all the people climbing that. I was just amazed because it is literally just straight up. And then we did go to Sturgis, and I took a picture of the sign and then the legendary Main Street, which there were a few bikes there, but not like it had been. Yeah, Ben. Smart ass. So, we might next time go to the Reptile because I think they've got, like, I don't know, I think they've got alligators and stuff like that too, so I don't know, maybe next time, but anyway, so this one is there's the train, and Marky is a train nut, so, yeah, he had to have his picture taken with the train, and then I had my picture taken with this crazy little wooden thing, I don't know, and then there's a picture of Mount Rushmore, which was very amazing, and one of Mark and I together in front of it. So, and then let's see what this one is. Oh, this is actually 3 tunnels that you go through on the way to Mount Rushmore. So you got to really want to go. My car, it's a oh, I just forgot what my car is. My brain's not working. Infinity QX10. So it's a big SUV. It's large, like a oh, I don't know. I mean, like the big Cadillac one or something. It's or a Suburban or something. It's big. So anyway, yeah, I was a nervous wreck. Obviously, it's big enough, that you can get through it, but I don't think you could be much bigger than what we were and get through it, or like have a camper or something. I don't think you could do it, or like a travel trailer. There's another way. So there are ways to get there if you can't get through there. But yeah, so that was interesting. So let me take these off the screen real whoops, that's not what I was trying to do. I do have just a few more that I couldn't load all of them. I want to show you those, and then we're just going to chat for a little bit. So let's see here. Whoops. Susie's not functioning well today, apparently. Okay. Hold on just a second, and I'll get these loaded, and we will look at them. We had, like, such a good time, but I really just by the time it was over, I was actually ready to come home, um, just because I missed my dogs and my kids, and my grandkids and everything. But, we actually started to extend it, actually. We really considered extending the vacation. We were gonna go into, Colorado and maybe even Montana we were talking about, but then we just decided no, and to come on home and do that another trip, right? I was thrilled that Mark was even considering extending it though, because the fact that he wanted to extend it told me that he enjoyed it because usually he just wants to do beach vacations. So to actually do this vacation like this is was, amazing. So, anyway, this is just some of the scenery around Mount Rushmore. These things just, like, shoot up out of the ground. It is so weird. I've seen mountains my whole life, and it's just I don't know. Do I think the eyes look real on Mount Rushmore? Yeah, oddly. I mean, as much as they're going to. Yeah, I was thinking, Ben, I know some musicians. I was thinking some politicians too. But these fit, but I know some that wouldn't. So, but yeah, that was just I mean, it was unbelievable, and yes, if any of you were watching some of the videos, Karen and I did see a rock, one of these kind of rocks in all this business that looked exactly like a penis. So, yeah, there was that. And this was at Custer National Park. I just love it. Again, I'm a buffalo freak. I was safe in the car. Um, if I was not in the car, it was because they were actually way far away from me and I was standing by the open door of the car and they were literally down a valley and across a road and I just had a good zoom. So, I do some people were worried about me and messaged me and stuff that they were worried, which is so sweet. Thank you for worrying, honestly. But I was being very safe with the buffalo. I absolutely know that they're not cattle. So I have a friend actually that raises them, and so I'm well aware, but, um, in fact, he's been hurt several times by them, just having to, medicate them and stuff. Hold on just a second. Okay, but anyway, we just loved it. Fell in love with the buffalo and fell in love with these little, um, prairie dogs. Absolutely fell in love with the prairie dogs, fell in love with the donkeys or anyway, they we loved them, and I've always loved them anyway. But, yeah, we did get up close and personal with those. Not any of the other animals, though, even though this little guy right here, on the top picture, he's got it figured out, y'all. He made his little hole right by the road, right by a stop sign, right where everybody's gotta stop. And so, yeah, of course, we had to feed him. We threw out a cracker, like a whole wheat cracker. We were trying to be, good. So we threw out a cracker, and there was another little one that came running over there too, and we threw out a grape. And so on the video, we have a video where they're sitting there by each other, and one of them's eating the cracker, and one of them's eating the grape, and they're sitting back on their little fat butts. Oh my god, it was so cute. I'm telling you, I even looked into it, and it is illegal to have them here in Oklahoma. Some states you can have them, but me and Karen were determined that we might have to have a prairie dog, but I'm gonna have to move to a different state. Mhm. Yeah, Linda, I'm always ready to go home too, I am. This was the strangest thing because I absolutely love Savannah. I love it, but we can't afford to live in the place in Savannah where I would want to live. I would want to live in the historic district and be able to live like we do when we're on vacation. And I can't do that. I mean, the houses there are, $10 million, and so that's just not in our budget. And so, as much as I love Savannah, it's not someplace that I could probably ever live because I wanna live how I wanna live. And Mark loves Maui, and he would probably move there if given the chance. Love the prairie dogs. Oh, yeah. You gotta watch the videos, y'all. The prairie dogs, you gotta see them. So, he would probably move to Maui, but I don't know, I whenever we were there and we had the missile crisis and, I figured out that I absolutely had nowhere to go if I was on that island, and it was like you couldn't even get underground, and I don't know, what are you coming back to if you do, right? So, it scared me. It really not so much scared me, but it was a wake-up call. So, I don't wanna live there. But if I was gonna move anywhere, then, I would absolutely I would absolutely move to to Rapid City. I absolutely would. I would love to live close to my cousin and my aunt and uncle. Of course, I'm not gonna leave my dad or my kids. I could probably get the kids to move if I really wanted to, but my dad's not going anywhere, so neither is Susie. And I'm getting old now. I'm 59 years old, so I'm pretty much stuck where I'm at, right? So let's see here. Gotta figure out which one was that. Okay, that was that one. I am almost done, y'all. This was in Wind Cave, and this was the only cave we went into, and we really planned to go into more. And it's beautiful, but I really the person that we um the person that we had for a tour guide, she wasn't great. She would like hurry, 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 and then get us to what she would call a room. And then she would tell us about everything that we were supposed to have seen on the way by, but we were rushing so fast that, we couldn't keep up. And it's dark, so I'm like trying to watch my feet. And Mark was like shining his little flashlight behind. He was in front of me, and he was had his flashlight held behind him, lighting up my feet because I'm a complete klutz, y'all, and I didn't want to fall. So, but anyway, there's a jewel cave and a bunch of other caves there that we will be going back to. Absolutely. And then this is just some silly stuff that we did when we went to that wall drug. The one in the front is Karen. She's on a little horse and wagon thing, acting like she's, going across the frontier. And this was the picture of me. I finally got to get close to a buffalo, y'all. Yeah, I finally got to get close to a buffalo. Yeah, it was stuffed, but hey, I got to get close to it. And this was a little miniature thing of the um Mount Rushmore, so I was acting like I was picking his nose, of course, and then Mark climbed up on this um the name of it just jackalope. Yeah, thank you, Ben. I'm glad you said that because the name just went completely out of my head. So yeah, so that was all of that, and then so that was Friday. We kind of went early, got to Wall and did that, and then got back because we were having dinner with my family, so we kind of hurried to get back. And then this was the next morning when we left out. It's just a picture of some of the balloons. Again, if you go watch the videos, there's a lot more that you'll see. Um, I am terrible, terrible of I'm horrible at recording. I should have used my gimbal and I forgot that I even had it, and I would hand it to Mark sometimes to get something that I couldn't get, and he's worse than I am. So it's like up in the air and down on the ground. So I warn you. But yeah, they are fun. We had a good time. We had a really good time. So I'm gonna go back and check in with the chat and see how you all are doing. I've been trying to kind of keep up, so hold on a little bit. Carrie says I switched lanes when I was restricted. Was told that I can't do that until after the railroad tracks. However, no ticket. And he was very kind. Okay, I'm missing something. I'll go back. Ugh, goodness. Oh, good. We've got some starred. Thank you. My friend John is back there. Aw, thank you, Jan. I miss you too, but the videos were great. I'm glad you all enjoyed them. I really did. I just had such a good time. And again, Mesa, yes, if you would do that, that would be wonderful. I don't really even know how to do it. Um, Linda Scott says, "Hi, Susie in chat. Welcome home. Thanks for taking us on your trip. You are welcome." Ben says, "I need to insert a joke. I dug deep and got nothing. I blame my parents or upbringing or something." The reptile park sounds like a good place to shake the lizard. What? Yeah, you are something. Janet's a running Marilee says Janet's a I guess I should click these over here. I'm terrible, y'all. I forgot how to do a live. Janet's a running joke with my sis. When life kicks her in the butt, she phones and says she wants to talk to her therapist. And yes, I did think that the eyes looked as real as they're gonna look made out of stone, but they really were very detailed. I was surprised, really. Yeah, Ben says, "I like relaxing vacations." Some people do so much that when they get home, they need to relax. That would be Mark. He likes to plan every minute of every day, and Susie is more of a, you know, chill kind of person. But this time we did a lot of stuff earlier, and then we would kind of rest in the room at night, and then I was just frustrated because I couldn't get the internet to work so much of the time. Yeah, absolutely, Jan. I usually need a vacation from my vacation. I was doing so good, y'all. I didn't fall. I felt healthier than I have felt in a long time. I was so happy. I did so much walking. We probably walked at least 3 miles a day, maybe more. And I mean, that's a lot for me lately. So, yeah. Anyway, but then I got sick on the way home. I blamed it on Oklahoma. I said, as soon as I got close to Oklahoma, I got sick. Carrie says, "Hey, everyone. I had a day of one thing after another, starting with getting pulled over. Oh, no. And this is comfort. This brings me happiness." Aw, good. Linda says, "I've traveled quite a bit, and no matter where I went, it was and a great time I had. I was always ready to go home." Absolutely. Me too. Yes, the Silver Fox is on a roll tonight, Ben. Absolutely. Guys, I was wondering, so, like, tell me, where are some of your all's favorite vacation spots to go to? Is there someplace that I should put on the list? Because we basically are a Savannah, Maui, um, St. Thomas, and now South Dakota. That's about all we ever do. Well, we've been to a couple other little places, but if you got some place that you think is great, let me know. I would absolutely love to know what you all like to do. So, let's see here. Oh, boy. The Rocky Mountains in Colorado were magical. Oh, I bet, John. We were talking about going there, but I think we're gonna go back because we want I mean, you know, we really we wanna see more, and I wanna see my relatives again, and there's just not a whole lot to do for them when they come down here, so I feel like if I go that way, that there's more to do. But yes, the Rocky Mountains, I cannot wait. I've like seen them from the airplane, but I've never actually been there. So that is definitely Victoria, British Columbia. Really? Oh, Savannah is supposed to be haunted as all get out. Ben, you are so right. And that is a whole show. I could do a whole show on that because if I wasn't a believer in ghosts before I went there the first time. I was definitely a believer in ghosts when I before I left there. Yeah, Savannah and Nashville, Jersey. Yes. I've been to Nashville. Ooh, and Carnisoles is the Greek islands safari in South Africa, my favorite so far. I can't imagine. I've got a cousin actually that's from South Africa. I can't talk, but yeah, that would be awesome. I really it's on the list. Once Mark retires, I almost said graduates again. I always want to say once he yeah, oh, Ghost Stories with Susie. We definitely will have to do one. Maybe, well, Halloween's coming up, right? Halloween's coming up. I tell you what, we'll do a Ghost Stories with Susie, uh, sometime about Halloween. So y'all get your stories. If you've got some ghost stories, get them gathered up and thought about because we're gonna do one. We'll do one close to Halloween. That ought to be fun. So, gosh, guys, I am so glad to be back. It is so good to see you all. I really missed you. I really did. I was so frustrated because I tried, like, every day to go on the internet, and I would get on, and it would kick me off, and I'd be like, "Ugh," and I would get back on, and it would kick me off, and so I just said, "Screw it," and didn't do it, but I tried every day. Someone suggested that I do a reading of Poe's The Raven for Halloween. Could be a twofer. Absolutely. Sounds great, John, that would be fun. And you doing the reading? Heck yeah. You could read the phone book and I'd show up. Absolutely. So, I'm just I'm guys, I'm gonna kinda take it easy this week. I've got 2 shows booked after this one. Tomorrow, we're going to do a little bit, um, about the whole September 11th thing as a day of remembrance. We're gonna talk about that a little bit, but I really want to just have the most of it. I want to just do it where I'm talking to the chat and seeing like what your memories of that horrible, horrible day and the aftermath of that are. So if you all have any um experiences with that day, if you had any um connection to it as far as anybody that were in any of the areas that were attacked, I would love to hear those stories. If you wanna come on stage, I will gladly get a link sent out to you guys, and you can do that, or we just can chat, whichever. But I just wanna kinda do that, just kind of in honor of it, which sounds so weird to honor that day, but, yeah, I think in honoring it, we honor the ones that we lost, and so, as horrific as it was, I do wanna honor those that were lost. So, hey, Bugalugs. Yeah. So, then the next day, we are going to be doing it is, Suicide Prevention Month, and so we're gonna start this one with talking about, not just, but we're gonna focus heavily on men and how we as women, we need to be checking in with the men in our lives. And we're also gonna talk about women, too. It's not just one thing, but I do wanna really concentrate on the men. Next week, we're gonna talk about, the suicide rates among people that are in cults or leave cults, and so we're gonna talk about that next week. We were gonna do it Thursday, but since it's September 11th, we're switching that one to Friday. But I'm hoping to, on Thursdays this month, do that. I'm also hoping I've got a couple of other things that I wanna do. It is also National, Childhood Cancer Month, and I've got a friend that her son fought like crazy and is absolutely not only surviving, but thriving and just doing amazing, and so I'm gonna try to get her to come on sometime this month and talk. And I don't know. I'm just gonna try to I really am looking to have some people on. So if you've got a story or you just want to come on and chit chat about something, it doesn't even have to be something fancy. We just like to get to know you. Some of the best and most, um, well-received lives that I've done have just been lives where I've just interviewed people that are normally just in the chat and let everybody kinda get a chance to know them, so if any of you would like to come on. That is not a big boogie, that is my nose ring, Ben. Yeah, I promise it's not a booger. Yeah. Although my, troll from Reddit did like to say it was. I'm like, "Well, it's a metal booger. It's a gold booger, 'cause I can only wear gold." So, I can't believe you got pulled over, Carrie. I hope you got out of it. Let us know. Yeah. Seen Darcy says, "Seen it when I was 13, they looked real to me." They do, right, they're kind of creepy in a way. So, they're that good. I'm just trying to look down through here. Yeah, what were you pulled over for, Gary? Oh, boy, I have been pulled over so much. We were just actually talking about that on the way home from, South Dakota, and it was funny because, one time I got one time I got pulled over, and I knew the highway patrols around here. I And this was before the newspaper. I just doing hair and all that kind of stuff. I just have had met several of the highway patrols around here. And, so anyway, the highway patrol, he said, "Do you have any idea how fast you were going?" And I said, "I probably got a pretty good idea." And he said, "How fast do you think you were going?" And I said, "I'm not telling you that." I said, "How fast did you clock me at?" And he goes, "No, tell me, what do you think you were going?" He goes, "It's not gonna change it." He said, "I'm just gonna give you a warning anyway, but how fast did you think you were going?" I said, "Well, that's pretty comfortable." So I was probably going 72 miles an hour. The, I think the speed limit was 55. But anyway, he says, "I clocked you at 73 miles an hour." So, yeah, buffalo. I love them, and Mark bought me a it's funny, I'm 59 years old, but he bought me a stuffed white buffalo. So, I am absolutely I'm serious, like, I have always just been mesmerized by buffalo or bison, we just call them buffalo. But, the white ones in particular, and I've painted several, and one of them that I painted is at my mom and dad's house. Dad still got it. I painted it for mom because she was just as fascinated as I am by them. But I was reading up on them a little bit, and they said that it's 1 in every 10,000,000 born are white, which is unbelievable. I'll probably never see one, but man, I wish I would. Wouldn't that be something? And, the Native Americans, they think that they are, like, basically God. So, maybe that's some of my roots coming through. Yes, I bet that fresh air was good for me. As soon as I get over whatever this is, I know that I'm just gonna have benefited so much from this vacation. I absolutely I mean, there were moments that I really just wanted to cry, that I just thought that it was so beautiful. Jan likes cruising. I've never been on a cruise. I've, been on, like, riverboats and stuff, but never any kind of a cruise. Oh, yeah. Mac. I've been all over the world. Well, I'm jealous. One of my last bucket list items is to do US 50 starting in Kansas. and going west to Virginia City. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be cool. That one would be very cool. Absolutely. I only saw the tourist traps like Krusty Butt or Crested Butte. Ben, you are awful. Yeah, I'm just checking in on some of these. Oh, wow, Marilee says both sons-in-law have a parent who came from South Africa. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Chicago Art and Field. Oh, yeah, that'd be good too. I need to be taking notes. Hey, B, good to see you. Wow. Looking through here real quick. Yeah, I've actually got I was just seeing this, John saying love the meet and greets. I was, um there was somebody and I again, it's in my messages, but the name is just not coming through my brain today. But I have a viewer that was real close to where we were at, and I kept thinking, "I should do a meet and greet," right? But I didn't. Yeah, I have golden booger. It's funny because the inside part of my nose ring is actually bigger than the diamond because I can't afford very big diamonds. I could afford the gold, but I couldn't afford the diamonds. I do have a couple that are bigger, but ugh. Oh, your horoscope says you're going on a cruise in March. Cool. Oh, yeah, an Alaskan cruise. I would love that. I loved Alaska, so I probably would. I've heard that they're not as big and busy as a lot of the others, and so I would probably like that because I have this problem with people. Oh. Well, guys, I think that's all I've got for today. I'm gonna have to go take some more medicine. I do appreciate you all being here so much, and I will be back tomorrow. We will be talking about the September 11th, and I would love to hear any of your stories and just your thoughts on it. I just really want to take some time and just talk, just all of us, not just me. I want you all to talk, whether it's in the chat or if any of you want to come on the screen. I don't know. I want to spend that time, some time on that together. And it didn't just affect us here in the US. It affected the world. And so whether you're here in the US or Canada or somewhere else, I think that, you know, just talking and spending some time together would be I don't know. I think it'd be lovely. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So anyway, I am gonna go. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow at 6:30 Central. So now the one on Friday is gonna be at 8 o'clock Central. So we're gonna be going later because my co-host, I'm gonna have John and Ben are gonna be on. So they need to go a little later. So anyway, you all have a great night. I love you, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Hope you enjoyed the show. So glad you were here. We meet here most days. We're but first coffee, and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. But first, coffee, and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all.